I'm Melissa Davis, coming to you from the 2009 World's Grand Championship Horse Show. And with me is the star of the night, Mr. Merrill Murray, who just won the big class, the Five-Gaited stake with Courageous Lord. Merrill, tell us a little bit about your ride tonight.
I was very, very pleased. He's been a horse that hasn't had maybe a great deal of confidence in himself, and after the gelding stake, he was a little fractious in there, but we got it together, and then we got to have a day or two to practice and kind of regroup a little bit, and tonight he was really focused for me, and I was so pleased with that.
Seems like you've had a pretty good run with him in some of the big shows. What did you do to prepare to come to Louisville?
Well, mostly I think an open five-gaited horse really has to have a lot of conditioning. He needs a lot of miles, and he was wonderful for me at Lexington and very exciting, and he won the stake there. But I felt like he needed more miles and more conditioning to come to a place like this, because it's even tougher. As tough as Lexington is, this is tougher. And so that's kind of what we did between shows, was more miles and got him fit and trying to, I think with a stake horse, with any horse, but with a stake horse, you really have to kind of get to know your horse and know when to have more miles and when to back up, and your timing about when you're getting the week before you come here, you don't want to give your 5 and 6 miles. You want to kind of begin to ease back down to where but you gotta, that blood supply that carries that oxygen, you've got to have that pumping.
Yeah. Now you seem to really have the crowd behind you tonight, and when they called your number, what was going through your mind?
Of course I was just thrilled, but he's been known, the last 3 times he's won, he's been very fractious in that ring, so I wanted to be really correct. You shouldn't be training at Louisville, but I wanted to be very correct about him walking to the rail and getting started down through there like a gentleman, and that's what we did, so I was really focused on that.
Now, what's the next step going to be for newly crowned world champion Courageous Lord?
Well, I don't know. We haven't, of course, the very next step is we're going to Versailles tomorrow, back to his house, and he really enjoys his house. That's another thing about him. He's been a little bit not difficult, just he's not secure in his strange surroundings when he has to stay away from home. But I think probably, of course, for sure, maybe the American Royal, which is the third jewel in the Triple Crown. So, but beyond that, I don't know.
Well, great. Thank you for joining us. Congratulations once again. And that's going to do it with our coverage from the World Championship Horse Show. Thanks so much for joining us.